Welcome to the Dawg Chug, Roger. How's it going, bud?
It's it's a typical day as a Browns fan. It just keeps piling on. You know what? I'm on Saturday night. I had a glass of wine earlier, and I had one like. What do you got there? Oh, nice,
It's White Raja from the Brew Kettle.
nice. It took me a while to recover from Saturday night. Um, I was the Rheingeist Truth. It hits different on an empty stomach.
Yeah, you
I
had
would,
like three or four of those, and I was
man.
trying to tell the waitress to like bring you, light beer. You kept telling her, "Don't. I want the truth." It was a crazy night. I don't think I've ever really seen you that inebriated before. And man, do
I,
you get loud.
oh my gosh,
You guys
and
think Roger's loud now? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't getting a word in.
she brought me some beer. It was I think Yingling is this. I once served this puddle of water to the Philistines. It was the worst thing I've ever drank in my life. And I ate all Mitch's pizza, got some food in me. About 3 hours later, I was good to go. I was fine. So, how
Nice.
about you? How was training camp for you? Tell me a little bit about Saturday.
Training camp was really great. It was like the first time that it was kind of exciting this off season to be, decked out in Browns gear, having fun with Browns fans. They did a really great job at camp. If anyone still has a chance to go, I highly recommend it. Um, we were just feeling really good. I had a blast. Unfortunately, then things came out today, and everyone wants this just to be settled, I think, and maybe not everyone. I certainly want it to be settled, and here we are. And whatever, we're going to power through it. We're going to emerge. We are positive Browns fans, so
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
go.
we have a good football team, Andy. I'm not worried. I'm thinking about the defense. I ride with seven if that's the case. I'm ready. I'm ready for some football. 1 week, you know, preseason game next week. I'm excited about Browns football.
So we have pretty lame takes, but I'm sure I'm going to bring on a guy that is never lame. So let's bring on the great Ed in Columbus.
What's up, you cocks? I just want to say this. This will be my fourth one of these suckers today. I got home, I heard the news, and I didn't like the news, so I started drinking. So what I want to do is I'm going to chug on Ed in Columbus, because why not? I love me some me. But I'm also going to chug on the Cleveland Browns, Berea, training camp, hanging out with you guys. It was a great time. I understand things don't always go our way, but we're Cleveland Browns fans. Aren't we used to it by now? There's still going to be games being played. We still got a top 5 defense. Let's have some damn fun, guys. So how about let's get a chug here?
All right.
Salute,
Yeah.
Ed.
You know what? Let's have a great show.
Now, I got to ask, I heard a little rumor that you and Nick Carnes were on the phone, frustrated about this whole process, and you guys were just screaming for 20 minutes.
I was screaming in the 614. Had a little fun. Got the pipes ready for tonight's show. I had a couple people around, looking. I had the air conditioner on, and I still was screaming so loud at the intersection that people were kind of giving me a look. So I'm just passionate about Browns football, and that's how I roll.
Nice. So you weren't you were screaming in the car. You weren't doing it at home.
I was screaming in the car. Yes, I was. And then I turned on some Whitney Houston and was singing. So we're doing good.
All right. Unfortunately, I got to make this horrible announcement. Dan's consecutive streak of 12 Dawg Chug appearances has come to an end. He unfortunately is getting tested for COVID. He really felt horrible. He did come on to say hi to us, but he couldn't make it till 10 o'clock. He's going to get some sleep so he can make it to work tomorrow. So unfortunately, we don't get his incomprehensible rant for the week, but I'm sure, everyone will be okay.
I got a question for Roger. Roger,
Yes.
what's more impressive, Roger? The Indians' 455 home sellout streak in the 90s, or Dan's 12-week appearance on the Dawg Chug? What's more impressive?
I'm going to say that it has to be Dan's
I would agree.
drink on the Dawg Chug. And, I encouraged him to take like 6 or 7 shots of NyQuil and come on. And I guess it hasn't kicked in. I don't know what happened with that plan.
I am sure that there will never be another Dan 12-week appearance. And I can say that confidently because he does not have 12 weeks left to live. He's going to be gone.
Tonight it breaks, he's stark sober. Yeah. Go figure.
I want to give a shout out. Andy. So a little behind the curtain, we all hung out at Teams Middleburg Heights. Shout out to them Saturday after training camp, and Andy, as you know, Roger, I left. Why did Ed in Columbus leave? Because they don't sell Pepsi products. Unfortunately, with Pepsi products comes Mountain Dew. And we all know Ed is fueled by Mountain Dew. But I went back to the hotel. I came back with some Mountain Dew. I want to give a shout out to our bartender, the lovely Alexis. Rest in peace, her father, Stan, who started the Browns board. I remember that. I was drunk off 4 shots of Fireball that Andy gave me. But shout out to Alexis. You were great. She came over and she took my Mountain Dew. I was scared. She took it. You can't have this. And I don't know if you guys had planned that when I was gone.
Right there.
You did a great job.
Yeah, I thought she was going to toss you out. She called the bouncers and everything.
We didn't think you were leaving to go get Mountain Dew, so we couldn't have planned that. And I do want to set the stage a little bit. We're all having a great time, having fun on our table, and then all of a sudden Ed just is like, I'm going to run back to the hotel real quick. I got to get a Mountain Dew. And you were gone for a good hour. And the hotel was 5 minutes away.
It was 48 minutes, and I was freshening up.
There was a gas station like 5 minutes away.
The hotel was 5 minutes away. The whole trip should have taken whatever.
No, honestly, there was a pool at the hotel, and as I was leaving, I saw this couple in Browns gear, and I had to go talk to them. That's just who I am.
All right. I want to bring Ross on. Ross, how's it going tonight?
Ross.
Good. I'm excited.
You're doing an excellent job producing.
We now have an official Twitter account for the Dawg Chug. And believe it or not, some random super fan did not take our name Dawg Chug and make an account. So we did seal the rights to Dawg Chug.
Nice.
No issues there.
Well done. The show just continues to innovate and get better every week. We owe you a lot, Ross. You're our crack producer, and we really appreciate it. So it's been a tough day. It's been a rough day for most Browns fans, and I think we lighten the mood up a little bit. And why don't we go to a little thing we like to call? Let me see if I can get this up.
Should have been technical issues. Oh no.
Yeah. It's just like things have changed a little bit since the last time I've done this. So here we go.
A lot changes in 7 days.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to the Dawg Chug updates. And let's see. We're gonna give you the news of the week for the Cleveland Browns and the NFL. So I think I'm going to start us off with the first story. Next weekend, Roger Goodell is expected to read the riot act to all 32 owners about tanking. The Dawg Chug has recovered a transcript of his speech where he will demand from teams that are prioritizing the future over winning to stop hiring competent people and telling them that they'll receive bonuses for losing games, but instead simply look back at the past 2 decades of Brown history for inspiration. Ross,
boy.
The next story.
All right. The Washington Nationals traded their coveted all-star Juan Soto to the San Diego Padres for 5 prospects and 1 starter. The Guardians made an offer to Washington for Soto, but GM Mike Chernoff refused to throw in Daniel Espino and the Dolans' cherished 1987 IROC Z Camaro.
Wow.
I think Roger had a couple of those.
And actually,
I did. Dawg Chug update investigations.
Hold on. I know you're cracking at the bit to go on, but we have an exclusive. We are going to bring on the one, the only, Nicholas Jamal Chubb to weigh in on what the hell is going on. So, Nick, please
doesn't say much usually.
Yeah. Let's move you over here. Okay, Nick, please tell us what's going on. Wow. Nicholas Jamal Chubb, everyone. That was awesome. Thank God.
Man.
All right.
I'm just honored you came on the show.
That was amazing.
Dawg Chug update investigations have determined the NFL justified their appeal of Sue Robinson's verdict simply because nonviolent sexual assault makes about as much sense as adhering to the third-party duly appointed, respected judge and then overturning it simply because they didn't like the outcome.
Wow. All right, Ed.
The Dawg Chug has confirmed the reasoning behind the NFL risking a federal battle with Players Union is that they were adamant they need to do more to prove the NFL values and respects women. And so they took the decision that a respected woman spent weeks preparing and tossed it right into the garbage so that the rich white man could ultimately take charge. And this has been your Dawg Chug update. And now we turn to Roger with prepare your top 10 list. That's Jacoby Brissett needs to.
All right. Here. Roger, you prepared a top 10 list. Let's go.
I got a top 10. I got the top 10 things Jacoby Brissett needs to know about being the Browns QB1. The top 10 things Brissett needs to know to be the Browns QB1. Number 10, unplug your parents from social media. Number 1 is, but more important, you may want to put your girl or wife in witness protection if she's on Browns Twitter with the hooligans that are on there. Probably. Number 9, one time our week 1 starter was determined by a head coach's coin flip. So that's good to know if you're. Number 8, extra crispy Dan will not dick ride you no matter what. No matter what you do, Dan's not dick riding. Number 7, wait until the giant flag is folded before you enter the field for warm-ups. Don't go out on the field until they get the flag. Number 6, don't get down on yourself after an interception. We once got 4 in a row on Christmas Eve. So we're pretty used to.
Am I supposed to laugh or cry during these? I can't tell.
Number 5, Nick Carnes will in fact write a poem about you. So that's, you got Nick.
It's a plus, a big plus.
Number 4, our local beat writers hate the Cleveland Browns. That's important to know if you're going to be QB1 for the Cleveland Browns.
Very true.
Number 3, our fans will love you, but try not ending up in Vegas with a fake mustache on game days.
We don't like that.
Caught in Vegas. Number 2, be mindful of the footsteps you follow in. Otto Graham, Brian Sipe, Bernie Kosar, Spurgeon Wynn. Remember who came before you. And the number 1 thing Jacoby Brissett needs to know about being the Cleveland Browns quarterback. 1, if you ever wake up feeling dangerous, go back to bed. It's a slow and painful death that doesn't end well for dreamers. And that's tonight's top 10. I'm Roger First in Cuyahoga Falls, and you're not.
Wow. Great job, Roger. And great job, everyone, on the Dawg Chug update.
That might be my favorite number 1 you've ever had.
That was pretty good. That was Ed and Andy wrote that together. They wrote 2, and I put them together, and that was a great number 1, guys. Great job.
Good job, Ed. You were the true creator of that one.
You helped. It was great. It was great. Great teamwork. Hopefully, that's what the Browns going to have to use this year if QB1's sitting on the side.
We were talking about streaks earlier. What's Ed's streak of making a Baker joke on the Dawg Chug?
Under 15 minutes, so you're getting close.
I might leave him alone. I actually did see a nice pass, a deep ball he had to Robbie Anderson. I know those two weren't exactly seeing eye to eye over the summer, but now that they're teammates and hooking up, I mean, I still think he'll come up short in the opener.
Oh, there it was. There was the joke. Good one.
Sorry.
Wait a second. I think he used that on the other shows he's on.
It's so easy. It's so easy.
It's so easy to say the same joke 78 times in a row.
Well, I've been drinking, Andy. I've been drinking as a Cleveland Browns fan. I've been drinking.
All right. Well, that was awesome. Good job, everyone. We've definitely made our viewers wiser. So, well done. All right, Roger, you want to cue up our great guest we're really excited to have? This has been Roger's been in the works to get this guest pretty much since the Dawg Chug's inception, so we're really excited. Roger, I turn to you.
Girl I asked to come on tonight. When I first came on Brown's Twitter, I was kind of like in that the Brown Spider group, like some of the D4, what are they, D4L people, and like it was like my introduction. And this girl was there then. She's a retired scientist from Case Western Reserve, and she's probably like when I see her tweet, she's one of the biggest Browns fans I'd ever seen in my life. I mean, she's just she loves the Cleveland Browns. And without any further introduction, it's a Cleveland Browns fangirl. You know her, you love her from Twitter and Spaces.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so appreciative for having you on the Dawg Chug.
No, thank you.
So you went to training camp. I want to start out right there because it's so exciting. We went on Saturday. It's a little maybe more intimate on a Wednesday. So
Yes.
tell us all about how that went today.
All right. So I went to training camp with Spider, the brown spider, everybody's favorite spider. And we hung out. It was a lot of fun. But the last time I went, I think was like 2018, 2019. So a lot's changed since they got rid of those houses. And,
Yes. Not as claustrophobic as they used to be.
right. And they put in like a grandstand to match the other one on the other side. And no, it was great. And they had a ton of free water for everybody today because it was like awful. It was so bad.
Today was hot.
Yeah, and it was Military Appreciation Day, so everybody from the military was in their fatigues, and just looking at them, like I can't imagine how hot they were.
Wow. And then you got to meet Perion Winfrey, I saw.
I did, not even on purpose, but I'm happy it happened.
You accidentally ran into him.
Well, yeah, I was standing there, and he came over to this pack. You know how people make little packs, and
sure.
So I was just standing there, and he came over, and I was just like, what do I do? Hey, let's take a picture. Okay. Because he seems like he's going to be a fan favorite big time. He's very nice, and he tried to meet as many people as he could.
That was what I was impressed with. I've been to other camps. I try and go every year to at least one camp. And usually when practice is over, they send like 2 players to do autographs.
Right.
Everyone else runs into the locker room. But, I mean, especially on Saturday, like it felt like the whole team stood out there for another hour, just kind of engaged.
Wow.
We saw Andrew Barry's wife and 3 kids running around.
I love her.
Horrible. Yes.
So jealous.
I don't know. I'm sure they're trying to get in everyone's, good graces with everything they're going through, but they are really doing a great job of engaging. And I had a lot of fun. So
awesome. How many puppies did you pet when you made it to the puppy tent?
We didn't make it over to the puppy pen.
No.
Jacob was very concerned with getting into the seats as early as possible. So
right.
We ran over to see everything. Ed and I did the 40-yard dash, which will give the results in a little bit. And then, we ran over to our seats and we had a blast.
Yeah,
back up a minute. Back up. There's puppies there, like for adoption and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm taking my 2 boys. It'll be first time they go to training camp Saturday, and I got those down with the Browns. I won them from Ed and the guys with Manny and Kentucky and Mac over at down the Browns. So I can take my sons in there. We're not coming home with the dog. That's it.
That's what they all say, and then it looks at you, and you're like, okay.
So we are, 4 white dorks that are trying to talk around situation. I don't want to put you on the spot, but obviously it's been a tough off season. So kind of how are you rationalizing being a Browns fan with everything that's going on and being a woman?
Well, I usually try to go about things extremely rationally. I don't let emotion, I've never been in a situation like these women have described. So, I mean, is it weird and creepy? Yeah. But was it illegal? No. And I just don't understand why this is being so like polarized. Maybe because what they pay him, or I don't know. I just think this is going to follow him for like the rest of his life, and that sucks.
It probably will. And my, I guess, biggest rationale of why it's as inflamed as it is just the media reporting on it. Just seems to be
it's no good. Yeah. Extremely biased too. Very biased.
Andy, would you say, and Browns fan girl, I want to hear what your thoughts are, but
sure.
When Ben Roethlisberger went through his stuff and everything, do you think that this would have been during that time? I mean, because within the last, I'd say 5 years, within the last 3 years, 2 years, you could say, actually since 2020, I'd say, things have ratcheted up with social media and everything like that. And I just feel like things probably would have been a lot different if it would have happened during even Ben Roethlisberger.
I definitely think, everyone wants to draw comparisons to that. And I mean, let's be honest, 10 years ago feels like a lifetime as far as how much things have changed. in regards to basically tolerating men being shitty to women. I feel like
Mhm.
that used to be way more okay than it is today, and thank goodness we're moving forward on that. But I do think if Ben had done what he did today, it would have been a much more serious situation. And
Oh,
obviously,
absolutely.
the Rice
'Cause
situation
yeah,
changed everything.
big time.
So I
But
don't think it's fair to compare Deshaun's suspension to what Ben.
I'm just saying, as a Browns fan, I feel like we always get screwed. Like even going back to Jacksonville and Carolina coming in the league, they did so well as an expansion team. So '99, the Browns get an expansion team. We get screwed on draft picks. We get screwed with the Art Modell move. We get screwed. It's like no matter what. I'm not saying what Deshaun Watson did as a human, as a personal, is obviously different from what. But it's just as us looking at us as a fan base, we are the best fans in the world for a team that just always seems to never get the kind of luck and always seems to get disrespected. And that's where I think a lot of the frustration comes down to. As fans, we did nothing wrong. Whether you think he's innocent, guilty, who cares? You know what I'm saying? But just as Browns fans, looking at that perspective, I feel like once again, we always get screwed. And I just feel like when are we going to have our time to shine? And hopefully, I don't know, maybe not this year, it looks like. I don't know.
Yeah, I think to that, we the biggest, easiest argument anyone's going to make is we invited Deshaun Watson onto our team. We didn't have to do that. So if we sit here and whine about how we're not being treated fairly, we did, bring this on board. Unfortunately,
I'm just saying, as fans, Andy, as fans,
Yeah,
the
fans-
organization brought him aboard, but as fans, we did nothing wrong. That's what I'm saying.
110%. So we're supporting a team that did this, that brought in this very toxic, ugly situation. And I guess now we have to deal with it, just like we have to deal with everything, every mistake that the Browns make. And I'm not saying Deshaun Watson is going to ultimately be a mistake, but right now it's certainly frustrating. And I think we just need to power through it. I mean, the season is coming. The schedule is going to be easy early on, and I have no idea what's going to happen as far as, is this going to go to federal court? Are they going to just tack on 2 more games and add a fine, and then that'll call it a day? And I think if that happens, our season still, has a chance.
Salvageable.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, this season, I mean, we have him for 4 more years, and hopefully at some point this is going to be put behind us where we can just focus on the future. And I'm really excited to do that as a Browns fan.
Yeah, I was just happy to open Twitter today and see that it was the owner of the Dolphins getting spoken about for a change in the freaking news cycle, because everything's like Watson. Like,
right.
Too much.
A lot of us thought that the reason the NFL, did that was to sort of take away from the Deshaun Watson news. But of course, now that they're appealing, it's going to bring it right back into the spotlight. And it'll continue to be.
I don't understand. They let a woman make a decision and they're going against, what was the point of that?
Yeah.
The optics don't look good with that one.
Real bad. Oh yeah, you have a ton of respect for women, but you bring in, a judge, an esteemed judge, probably trailblazer in the field kind of lady, and they just nope.
We love women, and to prove it, we're going to disregard this woman.
Exactly.
That's what they
think. I just can't get my mind around it.
Yes. Well, we'll see how it all plays out. And, Watson's crew is adamant that they have a case. They're going to sue, and we'll see what happens. I guess it's going to be unfortunate for us to continue way through this. All I want is clarity. If he's suspended the full season, I can totally tolerate that. I just want to know. That's the unfortunate part, is we're not going to know for a long time. And the other horrible situation that I'm freaked out about is what if he plays 8 games and then they decide to suspend him, the remainder of the season and then the first 8 games next year. And then it's like, oh my God, now you've wrecked 2 seasons. I just want to get the suspension out of the way so we can focus on moving forward. But anyway, that's just me. Yeah, Roger, how are you thinking?
What they don't want to open a can of worms in federal court. I don't believe. I think they're going to hit him with a fine. They want to get into his pockets. Number one, and maybe is there any weight? Does it carry any weight, the thing about the 12 games and the NFL doesn't want them playing in Houston? I mean, you can't take that into federal court as your defense. Well, we just don't want them to play in Houston because it's embarrassing. I mean,
that seems like such a stretch to me to believe that
I know.
that has much to do with this. But I think there's someone who tweeted that Albert Breer tweeted that someone tweeted that one of the factors is that Goodell doesn't want Watson playing in Houston, which is a bunch of nonsense, especially if you want to believe this is about the victims and justice.
Right.
But
Which
anyway,
So, you know what they got to do for this? I think they got to do this WWE style where, you know how like the big thing in
Yes.
WWE, it's always a
That's a
mystery
great
who
idea.
the mystery of who's going to come out of nowhere. They should not announce the suspension, and then there'll just be a random game that like the first quarter starts. Deshaun Watson shoots out of the tunnel for the first play, and we're ready to go. Just like a huge surprise. So either if it's an away game, it's going to be a huge boo, but if it's a home game, it'll be a big cheer. That's
Wow.
they need to do that more often. Like, don't announce injuries, don't announce when people are recovered. Just be like surprised that they're actually in the game. It would just
And then-
make things a lot more exciting.
Yeah, we're so easy to please, really, as a fan base. Maybe because we're abused, I think.
Yeah.
We're definitely scarred.
Yeah. So we're cautious what we get
Yes.
excited about.
Anything, basically.
This ain't
Well,
trying to
Jessica's
be
asking,
tough.
what would the intro music be for Deshaun Watson? Would it be
R.
some
Kelly.
oh God.
Ed, I believe you have a thought on this one.
After that R. Kelly take by Browns fangirl, that was.
What about the 22 song?
Oh, yeah, little Taylor Swift. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling on 22. But then the number got raised, and the number got higher, and I didn't know what to do anymore.
Well, you can just switch it to 24.
Sure.
Another joke that Ed in Columbus has made 57 times on 14 different shows.
Yes.
But we love it. That's what makes you one of a kind.
Thank you. Recycle
All
it if it worked once.
I think we're going to move on to Spit, Sip, Chug. And is this the week we want to start where, Ed, you come on
sure.
when you want?
Yeah,
Or do you
sure.
want to?
I
Okay.
don't care, whatever. I'll be, keep me on, and I'll be short and sweet.
No, I don't. I like hearing what you have to say. But
Let's go.
whatever. The news
Let's
made.
just go. Let's go.
Okay,
Let's go.
we'll go.
Statements, not questions, Andy. Statements, not questions.
Statements. So
Statements.
I'm going to make a statement. And if you strongly agree with it, you're going to say that you chug to it, and you're going to explain why. If you are tepid on your answer, you're going to say that you sip and explain why. And if you strongly disagree with my statement, you're going to say spit and explain. Roger's going to sip all 5 of these statements because that's what Roger does. We're also going to start with Roger because I love when he's confused. So here's the first statement. The first preseason game for the Cleveland Browns is in just 9 days. And Jacoby Brisket needs to play a significant amount of time in the preseason games. Roger, will you spit, sip, or chug?
I'm going to sip on that.
Shocker.
You know, first of all, they cut this preseason down to 3 games. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. We don't know when the dress rehearsal game is. Everything's up in the air. I think they're going to treat it like they do any preseason. Last year or the year before, whenever it was, Baker biting at the chomp to get in there and play, and they played them one series and they pulled them. I think you're going to see the same thing, and that's what starting quarterbacks don't play much in the first 3 preseason games in the old days. I don't think you're going to see Brisket take a couple series to start the game. And Deshaun Watson. And don't forget, we got to get a number 3 quarterback with Cleveland's luck. He's going to see some time. So whoever is 3 is going to have to play some in the preseason too. I don't think I'm sipping on that.
All right. I'll go next. Look, we're not going to probably have Deshaun for a second portion of the season. I don't want him playing very much at all because why? Why are we getting him ready when he's going to sit for 2 months anyway? I also don't want Jacoby Brisket playing very much in the preseason games at all because I have seen Josh Rosen and Dobbs. There is a big difference between those two. So I want Jacoby ready to go for all those games. I want him to be healthy. He has played in a lot of games. So I am hitting on that one. Go. Hey.
Well, I didn't like Roger's answer, and I think your answer was even dumber. Yeah,
Okay.
I was trying to be nice. I didn't want to. I try to be nice. I don't know what's nice anymore, But I'm chugging on this. Here's the reason why. I was screaming. You guys, the story with Nick Carnes. I was screaming in traffic today and everything. But Nick Carnes told me this about Jacoby Brisket. When 0 for 5 in like red zone drills, he then went took his knee, put it on the ground, took his helmet, and kind of like put it down. Was not a good day for Jacoby Brissett. I think he's got some rust. Everybody talks about when he was a starter. He wasn't a starter last year. Put him in. If he gets injured, trade for Jimmy G. The guy needs reps. The Browns need to go. Let's go. Put him in. Play him.
All right.
I'm chugging.
He's been chugging that same beer for the last 47 minutes.
It's a little warm. It's all good.
All right, Sherry.
Yes.
You give us we've heard 3 wrong answers. Give us the right answer.
Oh man. Can you repeat the question?
Basically, should the Browns play Brissett a significant amount of time during the preseason games?
No. I think they should keep him wrapped in bubble wrap, and let's put up Josh Rosen because I just want to see him get flattened by somebody because I am not a fan. But yeah, no, keep him safe. All of his ligaments and tendons are intact. We don't want to jeopardize anything. So,
and that's the other, I guess, part of it. We need to identify who the backup to Jacoby is. So I want to give those guys as much opportunity as possible to show that they're horrible and that we should never turn to them, in my opinion. All right. Statement number 2. Yes, that was a spit. In 7 months, when the 2023 football season commences, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be once again looking for a starting quarterback. I will start this one, and I am going to chug. Ultimately, Kenny Pickett's just going to be terrible, and at some point they're going to have to turn to him this season, and I think it's going to be a disaster to the point where the Steeler way is to develop their players, to go slow, take their time, let guys learn to build into the role, but they don't really have a starter on their roster. So at some point they're going to play him. He's going to look awful, and they're going to realize we need to get back into the quarterback market immediately. So he's going to be one and done, in my opinion. Ed.
Chug, absolutely correct.
I'm 1 for 1. 1 out of 2. You got to take.
No, I just said you're correct, and I chugged. I don't know. What do you want me to say? The same thing, verbatim? I mean, you're actually right. You actually got one right. Move on. Browns fangirl, what you got, Sherry?
What are your thoughts on Trubisky?
He's been horrible.
Money made.
Okay, so let's start him.
Yeah, all right. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay.
I think he's a good backup at this point in his career. I don't think he's the guy you want starting 17 games. And we know what's that other fool's name?
Oh, Mason Rudolph.
We know Mason's what he is. He's never been better. So I think they've got 3 guys that are pretty much terrible. So yeah. I'm excited about that. They have a great defense.
That's good for us.
Yeah. It is good.
They have a good running game. They have good defense. They're going to be sort of like the Browns this year, but they don't have as good of a defense as we do, and they don't have as good of a running game as we do. And I think Jacoby Brissett's probably as good as any of their 3 quarterbacks. So
that's fair.
Roger.
That's a fair take.
I'm gonna sip.
It's becoming comical at this point.
It's dirty looking. It's not going to take 7 months. Dirty looking right now. Steelers. Dirty looking. I'm sipping on it.
Wow. I can't believe, Ed, you didn't make a joke about his little hands.
He did.
I went like this.
He did little
I'm
paws.
sorry. I missed things. I got to watch this show twice.
You don't even watch it even. I don't know.
That I missed things. All right. We'll move on to statement number 3. Ed, we're going to start with you on this one. The NFL and the Players Union will end up in federal court over appealing the Deshaun Watson 6-game suspension.
I'm going to say, I hate to say, I'm sipping on his wine. I think it's going to be 12 games. And I think that the reason why I don't go to federal court is because if it was a 1 full season, we're going to federal court. But I think with 12 games, I think the Watson camp and everybody will just tell them, hey, look, you still got 5 games or whatever. And so I think that's the magic number. If it's 1 year federal court, any 12 and under, well, obviously 12 to 7, then we're gonna play it the way that way. So sipping like Roger.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure on that one. The whole thing makes my stomach hurt thinking about it, just because of the frustration. with what we spoke about before, having a judge as an arbitrator, and it was pointless.
Yeah.
It does feel pointless.
She was a woman judge too.
Exactly. Yes, she was. A lady judge.
Fine woman judge.
Nice.
I don't think I ever seen her picture.
I didn't even. I guess. Hey, now I just meant she was a good judge, but hey,
I'd slide in her DMs. Hey, now
I'm not sliding in Sue Robinson's DM.
There's this guy with a tie.
Hey, now.
He's in my DMs.
He really likes Mountain Dew. Roger.
I'm gonna sip on it.
At this point, are you trying to be funny, or are you like, honestly? Because sometimes you do mix in a chug or a spit, but not today.
No, and the only thing the NFL would hate more than him only sitting 6 games is him starting week 1 and playing the entire season, waiting for it to go through federal court.
That would be awesome.
Come to a settlement, and it'll be some money and like 8 games, 10 games.
Injunction, baby, injunction.
They're gonna drag this out until till week 1. A week before week 1, they'll get handed. They'll settle.
All right. Well, for me, I just don't believe there's any way they're going to go to federal court, because the owners could get deposed, and then all kinds of nasty things are going to come out about the Cowboys and the Commanders, and these guys have a lot of money and a lot of lawyers and do not want that. So I feel like they're really going to push the NFL to find a number that works for both sides. So I am spitting on this one. I do not think they're going to go to federal court. And I think this will happen like in the next week or so. I don't think this is going to be a super long process. I hope not. So we'll move on to statement number 4. We're going to go with the Guardians question. So the Guardians did the right thing by not trading any of their talent away during yesterday's trade deadline. Sherry, we're going to start with you.
Did you see me like wincing? Like I don't know anything about baseball. I'm happy they didn't get rid of good players, I guess.
Good answer.
Good answer. Take Roger's plane. Just say you're sipping on everything. Play it safe.
I'm chugging.
Right.
Oh, damn.
Whoa. That is controversial. There's a lot of people right now.
Last week during this segment, I had made a statement during our spit sip chug that the Guardians were going to probably go in and just get some middle relievers. They have some control on it. And Andy said, "You're wrong. You're wrong." And we have way too much talent. They want to find out what they have instead of going and getting somebody else's, that they don't have as much control on. I think they did the right thing. There's a young team. They're going to run out of gas. If we make it to the playoff game, to get into the playoffs, we'll be lucky. I'm excited about them, and our future is bright with the Guardians.
All right. So, yes, Russ. Ross is chugging on this one.
Coming in, chugging with me.
If you've been watching the Dawg Chug, you just listen to Roger. You're not allowed to critique the Guardians for losing. You have to be happy no matter what, because they're young. They're not expected to win. They should never win. And when they win, it's icing on the cake. That's Roger. So you're not allowed to be mad. You're allowed to cheer for them when they win, but if they lose, you're happy still. Number 2, you got to keep those players. And number 3, we're in it for the long haul, and you got to trust management.
Roger would still have Grady Sizemore on the team.
I chugged because Roger chugged, and my Guardians fandom is strictly based on how Roger is a fan of the Guardians. That's how I live my life.
Nice. All right.
Let them live.
I am going to basically Guardians. I was a fool. I thought they were going to make all kinds of moves, and it shows what imbecile I am. That I know nothing. But I still have a big problem with what they did, because we have too many guys that are going to be on the 40-man roster. They won't be able to keep them all. So my concern is when they do the Rule 5 draft in, I think, around Thanksgiving, there's going to be at this point, at least 4 or 5 guys that are going to get picked off for nothing. I don't understand that. My opinion was, why don't you take 2 prospects and package them for a better prospect? Do that a couple times at least to do something to, like I said, keep our roster under control. They didn't do that, but I think they should have. So I am going
They
to.
didn't have a rule. They didn't have a Rule 5 draft. So guys like Gonzalez and there's two other that are, and what's his name, the pitcher, the reliever. They don't have to put him on the 40-man because there was no Rule 5 draft. So they have another year with 2, 3.
Yeah, but there's going to be a Rule 5 draft this upcoming offseason. So how are they going to unload these guys? Obviously, they could trade them in the offseason, but the Rule 5 draft is pretty early. You don't see that many trades. They still could trade them, I believe, for the next month. If any trades made, they just can't be on their playoff roster. So they technically can still trade prospects. So maybe that's what they're going to do. But I think they put themselves in a tough spot. We'll see what they do. But right now, I don't understand it. So that's why I am spitting. Ed.
Well, I don't know. Look, okay, I'm going to chug this. I don't even know what the statement was anymore. Here's why.
Because you've been chugging White
Because I got Guardians fever. Be a believer with the Cleveland Guardians. Look, I'm just happy that it's we're in the month of August. The Guardians still hanging around. I don't know if they're gonna hit the wall like the Cavs did and will make Rodgers so happy because you can cheer for the Guardians, but heaven forbid they actually start winning and actually have So shout out to Allison. Shout out, love you guys. We love you. So I just want to say that, it's just fun that, I know we got all this Brown stuff going on, but there's a baseball team on the corner of Carnegie and Ontario that's doing some good things. And go out to the games, enjoy them. I got to catch one myself.
Nice.
I don't even know what the statement was. What was the statement? If I chugged it, what did that really mean?
You hit it right on the head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Fair enough. Cool.
All right. Final statement for Spit, Sip, Chug. So if the NFL has its way and Watson is indeed suspended for 12 games or more, the Browns need to find another starting caliber quarterback. Roger.
I'm going to sip on that. You got one chug out of me.
Gets me every time. Yeah, whenever we do Guardians, you're chugging, you're spitting. But when it's about the Browns, you're sipping.
When people say this, my only question is, where are you going to find a starting caliber quarterback? Where? You know what I mean? There's a Jacoby Brissett is usually the guy teams are going after at this time of year. There's nobody out there. There's nobody out there. Let's roll with the Brisket. I ride with 7.
Brisket. I wonder how many people are going to bring briskets to the game now.
Brisket. That's Russ. I stole it from Ross.
Russ.
That's Russ's.
Russ,
are we doing any briskets for the?
I mean, I did one last year, and we didn't have brisket on the team, so of course.
Now you got to you got to milk it, man. You got to.
Brisket for the brisket.
A pair of socks and brisket, $15. You're good to go.
Heck yeah!
Come to the tailgate.
Oh boy!
All right, looking forward to that. So I am going to. Let's see. I'm gonna spit on this one.
Who cleans that floor?
I've been down there.
The floor,
bad.
I do.
Oh.
I clean the floor. Here's the thing. The Browns, like Roger points out, there aren't a lot of starting quarterbacks out there. Obviously, Jimmy Garoppolo is the one guy to get. I don't want to spend any assets on Jimmy Garoppolo because we're not winning with Jimmy Garoppolo. So if we don't have a quarterback, it's just one of those years where like the Patriots lost Tom Brady and that, they still managed to be pretty good, but they didn't win a Super Bowl that year. That's just going to be our story. Just like when Baker hurt his shoulder week 2, that was sort of the nail in the coffin. And if this Watson suspension is for a significant period of time, it's over. So just pack it in, try and develop players, enjoy the season for what it is, but do not try and salvage a situation and waste more assets chasing something that's you're not going to get. So Ed, explain why I'm a fool and what we should do.
It's been 44 minutes and 8 seconds, and now I got to call you cuck, answer, cuck. You go get Jimmy G. I'm sick of it. We wasted last season. My parents are 73 years old. When are we going to go for it? Nicholas Jamal Chubb, Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney. We got talent on this team. It's a top 5 roster. You get Jimmy G, and here's why. Because then now Jacoby Brissett's your backup, and then heaven forbid if one of them gets hurt, you still got a chance. This team is an 11-6 football team no matter what, and I'm tired of it. We got to start winning games. Heaven forbid. You have the same attitude right now as Roger does with the Guardians and the Cavs. It's okay to win, but don't win too much because we can't do that. No, go for it. You never know. You can get hot. You got a kicker now. We have a kicker. K. George, come on the Dawg Chug and like my tweet. It was really good.
Yeah, he was incredible. It was so exciting to see a kicker kick.
Ed has a little rivalry going with our kicker because he didn't like one of the tweets.
He liked every. Here's what happened. I put out an awesome tweet. It was huge, beautiful tweet. I know my words. I love words. They're really good. And here's the thing. He liked everybody's responses. Andy responded to my tweet. He got a like from Cade York. Everybody responded, got likes. I didn't get a like from Cade York.
Why?
Look, he's got to pay attention to details matter.
This is true.
I don't feel like he had that attention, and I feel hurt. I feel hurt. I'm a diva. I love
That's-
you some me.
If you've ever seen me list the four of us, which you happen to do from time to time on Twitter, it's like been beat into me that you make Ed first, because if you make Ed third or fourth, he does hold it against you. He gets pissed. So, York, you're gonna have to realize
we all have our character flaws. We all have character flaws.
Whenever Ed tweets, you like his tweet.
I have feelings. I have feelings, Andy.
You did say though, if he turns out to be a great kicker for the Browns, you're going to love him. He has been exceptional to this point.
Yes, he has, and I want to keep it up.
Right. There were some comments.
I have to ask.
Did you see him?
What's that, Roger?
There's some comments towards Ed as he was setting everybody straight. One was, "Who's the guy in the tie?" The other one was, "For Pete's sake, quit trying to get a quarterback." Yeah. The third one was from a network. They had a Jimmy G.
I believe we showed all of them, but anyway, you just recapped them.
Thank you, Roger, because Roger was talking about me, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. I want to ask the question though: what would it take to get Jimmy Garoppolo in your reasonable expectation?
I don't think too much, honestly. I think there'll be two other teams probably that want him, but I don't know. We still got a 4th round pick. I don't know. I'd give him a 4th round pick and tell him. I don't know.
You think a 4th round pick would get Jimmy Garoppolo?
Probably, maybe a 3rd if some other team really wants him. But yeah, I do.
Actually, I think it would be a 2nd.
Ooh, I'm not doing that. We don't have any picks anyways, so I can't do that.
Right?
Is he even healthy from his surgery?
I don't know.
I think
Roger, I don't know. He's good. He's good looking though. He's good looking.
He is a handsome fellow.
The ladies love Jimmy G.
The ladies love Jimmy
Okay,
G.
well, fine, fair enough. If we can get him for a 4th round pick and still have a chance to win the season, then I'm all about that. So we do agree. I think I just have a different expectation of what it would take to get him than you do, but we'll see how it all plays out. And hopefully, suspension isn't moved very much, and we still have a season to root for.
I think you move Jimmy G into this quarterback room. It's 3 friends and a stranger with Watson, and Dobbs, and here comes Garoppolo with his Italian hair and taking somebody's job. No, I think they have a plan in Maria, and I think they're set at their quarterback room. And if anything, they'll pick up a 3rd-string quarterback to back up Brisket.
Okay, so you don't think it's Rosen or Dobbs?
No, Garoppolo won't play. They won't play.
Okay, Sherry, sorry. I
That is
don't even know if you remember the statement anymore. But should the Browns go get
I just don't think they
starting quarterback?
The more the merrier. I mean, we don't have anybody like set in stone, but who's out on the market besides Jimmy G? I couldn't tell you.
No, Sherry, you're probably right. Honestly,
I think that's it. I think it's Jimmy G or bust.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately or fortunately.
Hey,
I don't
now
know.
Jessica points out that a better question would be, what would it take to get Ed in Columbus to stop talking about Jimmy G?
If she can, if she
It was
can
my
make,
fault.
if she can make that Nicholas Jamal Chubb Funko, if she can make that actually talk and say more words than Nick Chubb, the real Nick Chubb, then I'll stop talking about Jimmy G. How about that?
The Nick Chubb Funko is it's lifelike. So why would it say words when Nick Chubb doesn't use words?
Well, because I'm not going to stop talking about Jimmy G, so I knew it was unreasonable. What my request?
I got it. Good job. Okay, well that wraps up another fantastic edition of Spit Sip Chug. I am really going to have to clean the floor as I spit most times. Roger, you sipped a lot of times. What a bunch of fun.
I chugged.
You did chug one time.
You did chug.
Yeah. We are all in agreement that you chugged. No one is disputing that.
Because it wasn't. Anytime you talk Guardians baseball, he's chugging.
Baseball, I'm chugging.
All right. So now let's have a little bit of fun here. We at training camp, I challenged Ed in Columbus to a 40-yard dash race, believing that, my extra length on Ed. Ed, how tall are you? Like 5'2",
5'9",
5'3"?
5'9", a legit
Ouch.
5'9", legit 5'9".
Ouch.
Hey, and he's got small hands. I've seen him.
Oh,
I love when you make short jokes about Baker because he's taller than you.
Roger, my middle finger works though. I got small hands though.
Yeah, you made
Anyway,
fun of Baker for being short. What's the deal with
I challenged you. You weren't sure if you were going to do it, so then I pulled my phone out and I videotaped you challenging, and then that made you say things, and you had to do it.
Oh, me saying things, that's not like me, Andy. I would never say anything like that.
So let's see if I can figure out how to share this. Let's see. This might take me an hour. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Okay, so I'm going to be in the left lane, and Ed's going to be in the right lane. And ladies, if you're watching, please sit down so you don't faint, because this is two athletes, two specimens here.
Thoroughbreds here.
Showing off their athletic prowess.
Miles Garrett, look up.
All right, and whoever loses has to do a chug as part of our bet here. So let's see who the loser is. Sherry, who do you think is going to lose?
I think everybody that watches this loses.
That is very true. All right, we're still waiting. You got to come up with a guess here.
Ed or Andy? Who do you got in this race, Ed or Andy?
I'm gonna go with Andy.
Wow.
Because I feel like he's a sleeper, like a sleeper bet. He's a little squirrely. He has passion.
I think the audience is going to be asleep by the time this finishes. But let's go. Let's see who wins. Is it going to be me or is it going to be Ed in Columbus? Here we go.
Someone is on Ed.
3, 2, 1, go.
Smoke it up.
Wow.
Oh God.
Oh,
Somebody says I have crackhead energy. Shout out to Molly Rose who said I had crackhead energy. She might be right. She might be right.
Oh, okay. So because I have to pay up with the beer jug, I wanted to do something extra gross. I don't even know what they were. Okay, they made these seltzers that are tart. They're like sour seltzers, and I know like sour beers are all the rage right now. So I thought, oh, that'd be fun. I'll try those. I drank one of them. It is literally the most foul thing I've ever. I've made some crazy that taste awful, but this is literally the worst thing you could buy. Like if you see these and you just want to mess with a friend, buy them one of these because the face they'll make when they take a sip is going to be hilarious. So thankfully, I'm going to chug this instead of drinking it. So hopefully, I don't taste very much of it. But Ed, this is for you. You kicked my ass.
Oh. I wouldn't even make you do this, Andy. I would not make you do this. I don't.
I'm going to be training like Nick Chubb. I'm going to be lifting like 61 pounds so that I can get stronger. And next year at training camp, I'm going to kick your ass. So here we go.
Okay.
Oh boy, I thought that
I'm going to be training too because if I have to do one of those,
Oh man.
Wow.
Mango.
How can you?
I'd be puking. Oh.
Yeah, that was probably worse than the Mad Dog 2020 chug.
Oh.
Okay. And now, Roger and I, back in the day, every week we'd have a guest come on and play a game. And if you won the game, you were in the running to get to go to a Browns game with me and Roger. We had to ex-nay the final game, week 17, due to COVID. So we're going to bring a lucky fan to the Jets game, and we're down to 10 eligible players. We keep forgetting to do this, but we're going to do it tonight. Question is, can I share the screen quickly? Oh my God. Okay. There is this. So we have 10 people that are eligible left. Jacob, Ed, not Ed. Ed, you're out.
No, I got taken out first week.
Okay. So, sorry about that. Fix my little sheet here. Okay. So Jacob, Jess, my college roommate, Crutch, Russ, our producer, Colin, Nick Carnes, Dan, who might not be living by then, Papa Mick,
Could be,
and
you don't know
Noodle.
Dan's status on life.
All right. So Sherry, I'm gonna do my random number generator. Whenever you say stop, I'm gonna stop, and this person will be eliminated from the running. We're gonna actually eliminate 4 people today, so we can get down to 6 because we're getting close to the season, and we keep forgetting to do this. So you say
Okay.
stop whenever you're ready.
Stop.
Oh, Jacob is
Uh-oh.
eliminated.
Sorry.
Oh,
Can't get a
man.
worded DM over that.
Uh-oh.
All right. So now everyone has a 1 in 9 chance. Let's go again. See who's eliminated next.
Stop.
Colin.
Oh.
Colin.
He's getting married
Bye,
anyway.
Colin can't make it.
Colin would have been a
He's
lot
getting
of fun.
engaged that day, Andy.
He's already getting married that day. All right. 2 more.
Okay. Stop.
Noodle.
Noodle's
We
got
gotta have
season
people
seats,
there.
I think. I think.
I can't even imagine how much fun everyone's having. Okay, so it's a 1 in 6 chance. Ross, you are still in the money. All right.
Okay.
One more.
Stop.
And Mike Crutchfield is out.
Crutch is out.
All right. Well, that's it. Then we're down to 5 people left. I don't understand how that's right.
Got to do a promo with those 5 names this week.
Yeah, once we get a little bit closer. So we're gonna try and settle this 2 weeks before the season, and then if the person doesn't want to go, then we're gonna have an auction the week before the opening season, and anyone that wants to go can auction money, and whoever has the best bid will get to come to the Browns game to watch the Browns play the Jets and sit between me and Roger. I can't even imagine how much people are going to want to do that.
And buy me beer.
And whoever the winner is gets all of the money. So, okay. Well,
Good luck with that, everyone.
Yeah. So any other, Sherry, you do a lot of spaces.
Yes.
Always see you
I
running
do
spaces.
enjoy.
I wanted to get into this.
Yeah. How do those go? I never.
Okay.
It takes me into a space occasionally.
I've been in one. One time I've been in a space. So
Yeah. So I how I explain it to people is like a real-time podcast with all your friends. And it's just been fun. I just pick time arbitrarily, so I never have people coming into mine. But it's a lot of fun. A friend of mine and we beta tested spaces before they rolled it out to everybody, and it was it's a lot of fun because a lot of people like hate being on camera, so they're scared. Like, if I join this, am I going to be on camera? I'm like, no. But it's just like, I don't know. It's like a group phone call, I guess. And
sure.
I
so
was
if we
surprised
see you
when Ed
running a
was-
space, should we come in and say hi?
yeah, absolutely.
I was surprised Ed loves spaces as much because he's not on camera. Because he,
It's not that. It's just that sometimes when I go into the spaces and I get the love and the adoration from the fans that bet in Columbus, I have to give them my good takes, my hot takes, and they appreciate the passion and the fire that I'm spitting. So basically, Roger, it's just another form of me loving me some me, and it gives me an avenue to get that out. So that's what that's all about.
Yeah, and the cool thing is you could have 10 people listed as talkers, but you could like rotate, and you could have co-hosts, and now they have the Jumbotron option of where you could post something from your timeline into the spaces itself. So that's pretty fun.
I see you do some late ones sometimes.
Yeah,
Sherry.
I know. I'm like, where did everybody go? Like, yes.
When you do spaces, do you have an agenda, or you just go in and like whatever's on your mind?
No agenda. It's just
love it. Unlike the media, no agenda. I love it.
No agenda. However, things flow organically. It's more fun that way. Unless people start fighting, which does happen from time to time.
So when
You
people
don't have a
start
story
fighting,
you could tell us, do you? You don't have a good fighting story without mentioning names. No names, please. But what is like one of the dumbest things they fought about? Is that something you could maybe?
I think it was politics after saying, "Hey guys, let's not talk about politics." And then all of a sudden, somebody's asking about something about Donald Trump, and I'm like,
That's
"You
trouble.
guys, you guys,
That's politics.
we do not do that here. This is not. This is just for funsies, you know."
I like funsies.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
for Browns talk no politics. Love it.
right, exactly. Or because I am a dog enthusiast, seeing as how I have 2 dogs, we often talk about our dogs.
Nice.
What's your dog's names?
Chippy, he's a little black and white Shih Tzu, and yeah, he has quite a big fan base. Let me see if he's around.
I've seen the tweets about Chippy.
Yeah, and he's Mr. Big Boss Man, and then I have a standard poodle, and his name is Moses.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love Moses.
Yeah.
Ed, do you know what my dog's name is?
No.
You have a dog? I've been to your house several times.
Yeah, he's
Brutal.
usually up in the office with Heather during the daytime.
What kind of dog is it?
He is a
It's an invisible dog.
American Eskimo mixed with a poodle. He's a Eskapoo.
Oh, cool. Man, I need pictures. You're gonna have to send me pictures.
Yeah.
Maybe
like the hair situation. Like
I had no idea. I had no idea Andy could even give love
like Browns jerseys on
humans, let alone animals.
Oh, I need to find a little Browns jersey for Chippy because he's so damn
so I
cute.
named him after a Browns player. So what would be your guess, Ed?
Brennan.
Not Brennan, a current player. I'll give you.
Oh, current player. Okay. I don't know. Garrett Miles or something. I don't know.
Miles is correct.
I just make sense. You love Miles Garrett. He loves Miles Garrett. He does.
Who doesn't? Come on. How can you not love Miles Garrett?
I love Miles Garrett. I just that was my first guess. Chubb would have been Nick or Nicholas or something like that because those are the two. I would say. Would you say that, Sherry, of the two Browns players, the most popular? Miles Garrett.
The first one that popped into my head was Nick Chubb.
Yep.
So I'm also slightly biased because my friend is on the practice squad. But he was out there.
There's a picture of Miles.
Oh, wow.
Look at me getting close. Oh, so cute.
Watch your low battery, Andy. Watch your low battery.
Shut your phone. Boy, it's a great
who's your friend, Sherry? Who's your friend on the practice squad?
Number 40, Johnny Stanton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Johnny Football, the real Johnny Football.
Yeah, I saw him today. They weren't going around really signing autographs because it was military appreciation, and there were a whole bunch of service people, and completely understandable, you know. But I finally caught up to where he was, and they were doing like a little practice scrimmage with him and everybody. It was, my brain got fried in the sun today, so.
Nice.
But a nice lady next to me screamed. Like, I can't scream like people's names or anything. I have a hard time with that. So she started screaming, hey, Johnny, hey, number 40, your friend's here. Your friend's right here. And she screamed it, and then he came over.
Oh, cool.
And we, bro hugged, and he went back. But he was going to get swarmed, so he didn't stop. So, like, all the handlers were making the Browns, like, get off the field quite rapidly.
Stanton's awesome. He did what was it? I listened to him talk.
He's Dungeons and Dragons is his big thing.
But he was on some podcast or something, and he just seemed like such a real, authentic.
Yeah, no, he came to the lab for
that's amazing.
a visit. Yeah, I was really surprised that he actually like followed through, you know. But yeah, we spent the day together. It was very nice. Did not speak a single word of football.
Wow. I'm sure he honestly, he probably liked that because probably as a football player, they do football, they live football. So, they got other interests too. So I think that's
cool. Yeah. He has a bit of a medical background. So we made sure to have fun activities for him to try in the research lab. And, we made him wear gloves and I don't think we had a lab coat that would fit him.
If you ever need another guinea pig, Sherry, I'm all for that because people want to know what gets me going, and sometimes I don't. I'd like to figure. There's some things about myself I'd like to figure out from a medical standpoint.
And to your point, my neighbor actually is a former NFL football player. He was a punter.
Cool.
And oh my God, like I was so excited because I heard he was, former player and everything. But I didn't talk about anything football with him for the first couple times I met him. And then at one point he got comfortable with me where he just started complaining, I can't stand when people ask me about football. It's all they don't care about me. They just want to know about football. And I was like just getting ready to be like, tell me some stories.
See, I'm the complete opposite. Like, I don't know. Cause like what you said, like, he doesn't want to talk about this 24/7,
It's his job. It's his life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't think he loves the game anymore. So he has other interests. So he doesn't want to waste time talking about it. So
right
now I pretend like I don't care about football when I'm around him, which is funny. That's all I care about. Sometimes I ask about this show though, and I'm always like, oh yeah, you got to come on sometime. And he's like, yeah, I might. But anyway.
Well, I hope he does.
Yes.
But yeah, that was my experience.
We went to a preseason game though, and he got to take us to where you can kind of go meet players from anyone that came to the game, the players actually want to see. There's a special area you can go to. And oh my gosh, who was the Patriots tackle that the Browns almost signed? There was rumors we were going to add. He was on the Patriots and then he went somewhere else. Oh my God, who are we playing? The New York team.
I don't know. We don't know football.
He's a pretty renowned player. He was a pretty big name player. Like the Browns were rumored to sign a left tackle to replace Joe Thomas. That would have been a big name guy.
Oh yeah, what was his name? Yeah. I do. Oh gosh.
And he went to San Fran, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The point is, that's because making fun of me. The point is, we got to hang out with him for 20 minutes, and it was so cool how right after a game, he was just asking me questions about my life, like he actually gave a fuck, and it was awesome. I don't know, whatever. Football players are so cool. I love it.
Let him know if he comes on the show, Andy, that I'll autograph whatever he wants. As many items he wants.
Absolutely.
That might get him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Jessica was asking why I don't have Miles on the show. I will have to do that. He usually stays in his cage. Unfortunately, oh my God, this is crazy. You're a dog person. I want to get your take on this. We took him to the groomer, and we brought him home. We noticed the next day that he had this insane wound on the left side of his face. She got him. And we called, and she acted like I didn't do it. But I mean, she even said that he was getting rowdy, so she had to put him in the cage, and then whatever. So anyway, then he started scratching it one night, and he cut it back open.
Yeah.
So now he's in a cone.
So
he's a very pathetic dog right now. So I wouldn't have him.
Was it Nate Sauter? The left tackle was Nate Sauter.
Yeah.
You need to call Busby. You need to call Busby and get a lawyer on this thing right
Yeah,
now.
you do. Yeah, no, hey. Sorry.
Bring in 8 dog groomers that'll swear to God that she did it.
Oh. All right, he wanted to join. This is Chippy Chub. Chippy Chub. I think it might be thundering because all of a sudden he's all over me. He's afraid of the thunder.
Some dogs are, and they never get over it. All right. Well, I think that is everything that we have going on tonight. Does anyone have any final thoughts? Roger, we haven't heard you talk much today. I want more from Roger in this episode. Let's go. Something good.
Andy, I said I dozed off for a little bit, so I kind of lost what's going on. I heard somebody say baseball, and I woke up.
Life alert.
Life alert.
Ross thinks we should get a life alert to put around your neck during the show. So
you'll get him one of those Bart collars, and you just zap him every time you want him to wake up. Yeah.
And Ross can shock collar me and wake me up.
Just a very, very low voltage,
I'm
Teeny
kind
tiny.
of numb all over. I'm old. You're gonna have to crack that thing up. Get me?
We'll just take the little rubber nubs off and go full metal to skin.
Give it to me.
Whoa.
Wow, this is getting intense. This is going to be quite the after party. Ed, what do you have to say? You always have great takes.
I just want, Cleveland Browns fans, I just want to say this. We love our team. Today's news, I know some people were happy and some people were not so happy. Look, if we really love the Cleveland Browns and love the city of Cleveland, which I do, I just want to say that this season's going to be fun regardless. It always is. Look, we endured the Hugh Jackson administration.
Yeah, we did.
There's nothing that, look, I remember when the Browns left for 3 years, and so I'm that old. So here's the thing: whatever happens, we're gonna play some football, we're gonna have some fun, we're gonna party. We're all Cleveland Browns fans, lovers. So let's go. Let's go. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
Ed, that was amazingly well said. I agree with everything that you said.
Andy, it really wasn't well said. It wasn't well said.
You're the best, and I appreciate that you didn't doze off during the show.
Thank you. I would never do that to myself. I love myself too much. I got to hear myself talk. I can't be asleep. Can't talk at the same time. But I actually do talk in my sleep, but that's another story.
All right, Jerry, where are you going to be on your next spaces so we can all jump on and say hi?
Oh, when and where? Maybe I could pre-plan one.
Or maybe
Sooner
the next
than
couple
later.
What?
Yeah, maybe Friday night.
Friday
Sounds-
night.
Friday night.
Come hang out with Sherry and
That's like-
Chippy on spaces.
Yeah, Friday night.
I may hop in, Sherry. I'll hop in. How about that? We'll bring
Robbie's
we'll
going
bring
to
the
join.
energy.
He's going to nap through it. I'm going to join.
That's
I'm
okay.
going to run really slow.
Gonna nap through
Ed's gonna join. He's not going to chug. It's going to be fantastic.
You could always chug.
I can chug.
Yes, you can't always chug. It's something I've observed. So I want to let's get Ross back on. Jeez, Ross, excellent job.
You got me. You tried ending the show like 3 times. I'm very confused.
Ross, I got to point out your Dawg Chug shirt. That looks awesome.
Oh yeah, I got the Dawg Chug merch.
Look at that.
Offsides
Oh,
Sports
yeah.
Network has their store, so make sure to check it out. You can order one yourself. The nice
Thank
thing
you.
is we
Looks
don't
fresh. Looks
manage
very
our own
fresh.
inventory like I do for my socks, so it's pretty easy
I'm
to do.
ordering the hoodie. I want the hoodie, and I keep, I got to order it, and I just don't do it. I hate ordering things. It one of those things that just drive me nuts. Oh, I got to get the card out. Oh, I got to put the numbers in. I got to go to the store and buy things.
Yeah, Roger's
Damn
a straight cash kind of guy.
Damn
Whoa.
it. Right. I am, man. It was like, you got Vimo? I'm like, what the hell is that? I don't even know what that is.
All right. Well, Roger, when you come to the Jets game with me, I'm going to have a hoodie for you. So I just need your size. You'll give me your size,
And you don't even need to Venmo them any money for it.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you because I love you, and you're going to go to sleep right now. When you wake up, you're going to have a new hoodie. Jessica, I want to thank you so much for coming on and with your Nick Chubb Funko doll. I want to thank Dan for trying to come on. He didn't quite make it, but he got close, so we appreciate that. And I just want to thank my guest Sherry and all 3 of you because this was a lot of fun, and I needed this because
This was fun.
I gotta say, like today at about 5 o'clock, I'm like, I don't want to get on and talk about the Browns right now. I'm angry, but I feel a little better now. So
Yeah.
I appreciate all of you. I appreciate the 15 viewers out there because we did grow. We were at 5, and now we're at like.
All right. Woo.
Unfortunately, 10 of them are bots, and they're not real people,
Meh.
but we'll take it. We'll absolutely take it.
Elon will
So
take
with
care of those.
Drink them if you got them. Go Browns.
I'm empty.
Go Browns!